Hey guys, how's it going? This is officially my first run back after a while. I had this little niggle in my knee, you know about that, I've told you about it, I'm not going to go on about it. So, I'm out. I've had a bit of an all clear from the doctor, I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Later on in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about an amazing coaching session I had with an incredible Olympic level mindset coach, a friend of mine called Phil Kelly, where I worked and a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell you the 3 biggest hitters from that coaching session, okay? So make sure you watch all the way to the end and I'll tell you what those are. In the meantime, I'm going to head out, do a little run. I'm going to out here for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Just do it really instinctively. I've got a little track on my heart rate and I'll kind of control that a little bit. And really it's just a case of testing this knee. See how the knee holds out, but also enjoying this mega weather. The secret, come in. I was supposed to run yesterday, right? That was supposed to be my first run back. I stepped outside. I got kit. I got all my kit on, got everything ready, and I stepped outside and I was like, not a fucking chance. It is revolting. When I left the Marines, I made a statement that if I'm ever overly cold or wet and there's something I can do about it, I have failed. And I didn't go. Sometimes you don't need a kick in the nuts to know it hurts. So I went up to the gym, did a session in the gym, and it was good. It was a good little strength session. But now, today, no excuses, great weather. Let's get it on. Don't like that. Let's get it on. Hey guys, listen, this is future Craig, all right? That's past Craig, this is future Craig. I've just come back in time to remind myself to ask you guys if you like this channel, if you like this video, okay, please consider subscribing, just hit the button and the little bell because you'll get notifications when I upload another little video. If you like running tutorials, mindset stuff, if you like seeing people in pain, then this is the channel for you. So subscribe and leave me a comment below, all right? By the way, wait till you see the freaking tunnel that's coming up, all right? So anyway, I'm gonna get back to the future and enjoy the rest of the video. Take care. Look at that, I love that little outcrop of rocks on the river there. The river's quite high. I know it's a bit windy, hopefully you can hear me, but I'll talk up. So what's happening with the injury? Well, I've been to see a couple of people that have given me some real good news really, or at least given me enough information to make a decision. And that's, I think, sometimes what frustrates us is that we just want to know enough so we don't get frustrated with our decision, or for us to be able to move forward. I think a lack of progress in anything you're doing can be so demotivating. It's incredible. In fact, progress, windy. Progress has been shown to be the number one factor, the number one motivating factor. You know, without progress, we don't really feel it. Let me turn my cap around so you can see me. So I went to see a GP, and one of my big worries was that it was arthritis, and that I would potentially never ever run again after the challenge and after the Ice Ultra and all that, which by the way is in 6 weeks. Am I worried? Not really worried. Worry is a bit of a wasted emotion, in my opinion. I think 2 things. Am I going to do it? If the answer is yes, there's no point worrying because it's going to happen. So all I've got to do is focus on the things I can actually influence. Am I not going to do it? No. What's the point of fucking worrying? You know, and that's the kind of way I try and handle it. So anyway, I went to see the GP and they kind of ruled out arthritis, which was phenomenal for me because, you know, I was worried about that. And he said it's much more likely to be some kind of tendon trouble, tendonitis in whatever tendon. It's unlikely to be arthritis. Ka-ting, great news. Next one, I went to see an amazing physical therapist in Shrewsbury, Ollie, at Optimal movement, some kind of movement. Anyway, look it up, they're brilliant. And I needed a bit of a diagnosis on me, and he agrees. It's definitely a tendon issue. He's stepping up to walking too long. Definitely a tendon issue, and it's unlikely that I'm going to do any long-term damage, right? Which is good news. Which means I can kind of, within reason, I can still chip away. I can still train. I can still, you know, take part in the events and all that kind of stuff. So from that, and I've got to see another specialist tomorrow afternoon. Because of that, I thought, right, okay, we're 100%, we're going for the challenge, and we're 100% going for the Ice Ultra, like I said, in 6 weeks. If you've not seen the Ice Ultra before, I'm going to put a link in the description. Check it out. There's an amazing documentary about it. Have a look. So the next thing I want to talk about is my coaching session with Phil Kelly. Phil Kelly. All right, I've got two mates. Phil Kelly. They used to work together. They've gone their own ways now. Both incredible human performance coaches. Anyway, before an event, for a race, I always have a chat with Phil Kelly. I get a lot from our chats together, our coaching sessions. He's brilliant. He works with Olympic cyclist Ed Clancy. He does a lot of British cycling coaching. David Weir, the Paralympian. Lots of big high-profile sportsmen and women, and the list of successful clients is just going through the roof. Anyway, I'm lucky enough to know him and know him well. I've known him for years. And like I said, we always have a coaching session. What I want to do is I want to pick out the three biggest hitters, the three big things from our coaching session. It went on about an hour and a half. It's much longer than it would normally do, but we just got in the flow, and I think it's sort of, love this little spot as well, right on the edge of the water. Oh look, a little bit of sun peeking through. When that sun goes down, it is going to get cold. Not as cold as the Arctic. So yeah, we had a good chat. Why did I do it? Basically, the biggest thing about coaching, mindset coaching like that, I'm not talking about running technique and that kind of stuff, is whenever you're faced with a problem, you don't need the strength of a bear. You don't need the speed of a cheetah. You don't need the eyes of a hawk and all that kind of stuff. You just simply need to know what to do. And quite often what can force us into like submission and to sit and do nothing is overwhelm. You know, just being completely confused, frustrated, not really knowing what to do. And I was like that. You know, you probably picked up on it in some of the videos and the vlogs. I feel it's very good working around a problem, sometimes driving deep into the heart of it and working out exactly what you should do. And that's what he allowed me to do. He held a big mirror up and I came up with three big things to focus on. I'm going to tell you what they are, but here's a little clip of the coaching session, which actually was we did at St George's Park, England football training ground. I've never been before. It's incredible. I like it. So have a look. See what you think. And I'm going to carry on before that sun goes down. Right, here we are. Where I've managed to two things. The planets have aligned, right? And two things have come into play where we're lucky enough to grab Phil Kelly, amazing human performance coach, for an hour, 2 hours of chatting away, all right? So, and then this video is, I'm going to give you some of the big nuggets, okay? The two things are, first and foremost, Phil had nothing better to do on a Monday. The second thing that's aligned is I've been cheeky enough to ask him, but you don't get this time with Phil usually without paying a decent bit of money or having some serious consequences on the line.
So you're not paying me for this? Is that what
taxi! No, but so yeah, we're just gonna have a little bit of a natter and kind of see where it's going.
My first question for you though is how would you summarise 2019 for yourself?
2019, I think 2019 is marred for me a little bit because I went out to Kenya. Things didn't go to plan in Kenya and it really hit me hard. What fell out from that was like, I've got to stop playing. You know, if I'm going to do ultra runs and if I'm going to do challenges like this, I need to sort of double down on the stuff that has an effect, you know. And with regards to my running, I started running a lot more, but classic. You know, if I was doing not enough, I bounced all the way to doing way too much, and then picked up niggles and injuries, which until only recently I thought this could be it. This could be get these challenges out of the way, and I'll have to be a cyclist or something like that, you know, which scares me.
So there's a couple of things in there I wanted. Can you elaborate on? You talked about dabbling and playing about with, and so that to me comes across as if you want to take it a little bit more serious, if you like. And can you expand on that? And also, there was a couple of other events you were talking about. You went through the motions. So if we went back to them first, what's that mean in terms of you went through the motions?
I just didn't prepare well enough. I paid it lip service. I kind of, throughout my whole life, I've had this thing where I've kind of surprised everybody, including myself, you know what I mean, with my performance. Or not bad for a fat lad. You know, when I was growing up, I went and did the MDS. We spoke, and it was like, well, I've not really done enough. What can I concentrate on? And I did well there, and I did well on other events. And I just thought that would always get me through, and I'd just be able to grizz it and using mental toughness just get through. But at some point, physiology actually takes a hold, and physics, the law of physics, at some point you're going to try and bend that law and it's not going to give, because it is a law. And it caught me out. I need to be serious about this, is I need to prepare better. And all these things that I do, it's about, you know, every bit of it is like a part of personal discovery. Well, I'm selling myself short if I've not prepared to the best of my ability.
Sounds a little bit like your outcomes, you want the outcome to be different, but correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm going to make a statement to sort of poke you, if you like, is before it was about just finishing, now you want more.
Yeah, because I finished, when it was just finish, I finished really well. And what I want now is, how well could it be?
Yeah, it's surviving versus thriving, isn't it? Where
yeah.
I think, you know, the years we've known each other, you've always wanted to be the underdog and prove people wrong, but not just prove people wrong by finishing it, I'll overachieve. But I think sometimes when you set your bar quite low, you will always overachieve because of the person you are, and you know, your mental toughness anyway, but that'll only get you so far, and then you've got to allow science and planning to kick in. Do you feel a little bit like you've blagged it a little bit in terms of, you know, yeah, I've done a little bit and then I've just finished it? So with that, what I mean is, like the MDS, for example, like, you know, Marathon des Sables, ridiculous amount of distance over set periods of time. No doubt it was difficult, and I've seen all the pictures and that, whatever, but do you feel like you just got through it, or did you actually get that sense of achievement at the end?
I definitely got a sense of achievement, because I remember having like tears and on the finish line and all that, you know, so I definitely felt a sense of achievement.
Which bit do you find hardest? Is it the physical or the mental side of it?
Physical.
Okay. What?
The mental side, I mean, I ask questions, but the questions I ask in those moments is like, you know, why have you done this again? You know what I mean? You know, and
do you always know the answer when you ask yourself that question?
No, I don't know. I usually sort of think, you know, and you ask yourself why are you doing it, you know, and what you're getting from it, and do you even like running?
And what's it feel like when you haven't got the answer then? Is it, because what I mean is sometimes if you understand your why, it gives you the drive, the purpose to keep going. Or is it a case of, because you don't know the why, it gives you something to think about and concentrate on in the moment? Or is it more of a distraction?
I think it's more of a distraction, because if it was to say, you know, why do you do these events? Fundamentally, there's probably some subconscious stuff going on, but the answers I come up with is, one is to inspire other people. The other one is the experience. I know that, you know, it's not about, you know, if I'm spending 10 grand a year on events, that would get me something pretty nice, like, you know, but I don't. I spend it because it's the experience that I want. You know, I want, in Peru, I wanted the environment of the jungle. I go to the Arctic. It's the Arctic experience that I want to, experience.
So the Arctic's obviously the next one is in 6 weeks' time. Okay. So if you don't always know what your why is, you know, your purpose for doing it, what do you get out of it then? What makes you keep?
The biggest drive for me is there's certain pretty much every aspect of my life, I've never truly taken it to its full potential.
Right. Okay. Fast forward a long time, and it might sound a bit out there, but you know, towards the end of your days, what's Craig got to have to look back and think I've been a success?
I know this.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this, and I have a very clear picture in my mind of, I've got some people call it a man cave, a room, an office or whatever, and you know, my grandkids want to come and speak to Grandad, because they walk in and they go, "What's this, Grandad?" "Oh, that's my commendation from sniping in the Marines." "What's this?" "Oh, that's the medal I won when I ran across the Sahara." "Oh, what's this?" You know what I mean? And they're just like, "Wow, you know, I want a life full like that." And you know, "What's this?" "Oh, it's my snowshoes from the Arctic." what happened there? I ran across the Arctic and, you know, I fought a bloody polar bear or whatever, you know what I mean? And I have this very clear vision of my family saying what an incredible person. It's amazing. It's like, you know, I've done a lot of training, a lot of running, should I say, but I've done a lot of leg strength and conditioning work. I've just come up a hill there, which for the past 2 years, I don't think I've ever got up there in one go without just having a little bit of a walk or really struggling, you know, being thankful that a car's coming the other way, so I've got to stop and have a little bit of a rest. And I just powered up, and I powered up really well. It's definite benefits to just easing off and doing, you know, mixing up your training a little bit. So that's good. Let's crack on. So I think I've spotted a problem. Just down in the bottom here, a little tunnel. Let's find it. There it is. You kind of see the tunnel down there. There. Looks like it's flooded. I can't go over the rail track. I don't really want to go back round. I could go on that way, but I don't want to do that route. So just got to go through it, and this is when you pray and you got to take socks. Anyway, the other side of the tunnel, I want to start telling you the 3 big hitters from our coaching session with Phil. So, oh my God, it's like a freaking river. Oh, look at this. You know what? I'm just gonna have to go for it. Sometimes when you come across obstacles, you just gotta get straight through it. So here we go. That is cold. That is cold up to my ankles, right? I do like this tunnel usually, but it's not always flooded like that. Fuck it, I might as well just go carry on. I'm back in my bootneck days, my marine days, running through the water. Hoots, made it. My God, that's cold on my toes. Not as cold as the Arctic. Okay, key point number 1 from my coaching session with Phil Kelly, human performance coach, is well, first of all, we never really spoke about this, but when I came home and I reflected on it, I suddenly realised that at this point I had to review and reevaluate my goals. I needed to work out exactly what I wanted to do. I had some goals set for the ice, and I was so caught up in achieving those goals, and I was so determined to achieve those goals, I missed the actual idea that, you know what, things have changed. You need to reevaluate them and change them goals and create some new goals. Otherwise, you're in the risk of kind of being that determined that you end up like the captain of the Titanic going down with the ship. So that was the first one. My second one was that I needed to, like I've touched on already, I needed to pull away from the things that I cannot influence. I need to forget about them, and I need to concentrate on the things that I can, the big hitters, the things that are going to make a real key difference, 1 in the Arctic and the Ice Ultra, and 2 on my marathon challenge. First one, distance. I've got to get plenty of distance in my legs, get used to standing on my feet, time on my feet, and also I've got to get light. You know, the leaner I can get, the better. Okay, so that was that. 2 things to really focus on. And I need to carry on with the rehab, the recovery, just to make sure that when I go in to the Arctic, I've got strength, I've got flexibility, because they're the only 2 factors really that will help you prevent injury. So that's number 2. Let's get down through this field. And I'll say number 3. But you can't wait. Next one. And quite fitting, I've got the sun behind me on my back. Feels beautiful. One of the things that went through with Phil was we went right back and said, okay, why do I do these events? Why do I do these runs? You know, I don't class myself as a runner. Why do I do it? And I do it because I have like an inherent or an internal desire to inspire other people. I believe that everybody, because of the way we evolved as human beings, can go and run. We might have to dust ourselves down, do a bit of conditioning or whatever, but we're born to run, you know, like Chris McDougall said. Even if you don't believe you can, you know, if you might be doing a 5k right now and think, oh God, I could never do a 10k, I could never do a marathon. And, you know, history and the bookshelves and the internet are just full of incredible stories of people going, you know what, I'm going to dare to try. And they do incredible stuff. The people that have reached out to me on this channel with their own challenges is amazing. There's one woman running the entire length of New Zealand. blows my mind, you know, and we've all got the ability to do these stuff. All right, we might be packing a bit of lard or whatever, but once we shake that off as part of the journey, we can do some amazing stuff. And imagine dying and you never knew just what you could do. And that boils my piss. So that's the big reason why I do it. And there's other reasons, underlying subconscious reasons, like I want my grandkids to be proud of me, you know, I want my family to be proud of me, and I want the people around me to go, yeah, Craig, you know, he didn't fucking sit still. He did not sit in that living room doing fuck all. He got out and he did shit, you know, and what an amazing life. So, does it matter then whether I come in the top 10 in the ice or not? No. It just matters that I go out there and do it, and I showcase the journey and the experience, and I showcase the fact through these videos that, like me, if you're packing a bit of lard, you can get out there and do it, you know, and it's there for the taking. And there's so many events and adventures. Fuck, I've got my own adventures you want to come on. You know, if you fancy doing a ski tour through northern Sweden, give me a shout. I'm running a trip. If you want to paddle down to the river, doing wilderness and bushcraft skills at the same time as getting like coaching and stuff, we're doing it in the summer. Give me a shout and, you know, get in on it. So, fucking hell, went on a bit then, didn't I? Bit of a rant. So basically I'm pulling all pressure off the Ice Ultra. Okay, I've got no pressure, I'm just going to get out there, just go through it. I've got some great mates. I need to step it up because I'm getting cold. I've got some great mates doing the event. All right, and gone are the goals of finishing well, and I just want to get through it, because when you think about it realistically, I've not had the prep I wanted, okay, and sometimes, you know, we can really surprise ourselves when we don't put any pressure on ourselves. So I just want to get out there and do it and use it as part of preparation for the marathon challenge, and I want to invite you guys along to watch it all. So, if you want to see an extended version of part of the coaching session with Phil, or you want to get help from Phil or whatever, give me a shout. Okay, but click this link, that'll take you to an extended version. Okay, where you can see more of it. Right, I'm going home because, like I said, when this sun drops, it's going to get really cold, and I feel good. Ankle feel, yeah, a little bit tight, clunky, but not bad. Knee's alright, you know. I think it's all gonna be alright.